We've got a crazy morning. We have 7:44. You're with John Shaw, Amy Campion, Stevie on the buttons, and Nik and Theo, who have woken up at 5:45 to talk to us from North Perth, from Central
well done.
Paragon Property. Good morning, boys.
Morning. How you going? How are you guys?
Yeah, really, really well. My partner in crime here, Amy, is Perth-based.
Well, I was.
You was. You're now Melbourne-based.
Yeah.
So
Come
yes,
back, Amy.
I was there in January.
It was a wild night here overnight.
Was it?
Very windy, very rainy.
Gets very windy in Perth.
yeah, it's coming over our way then for sure. So how is real estate? Oh, thank you to Homely for bringing you on board for starters. They managed to bring us people on every single week, and we let people know what's going on in the marketplace all over. So what's been happening over there?
Look, it's a very like everywhere else. I'm pretty sure it's a very, very tight market with both sales and rentals being tight. There's a lack of supply to the market, hence prices are still moving pretty rapidly.
For both?
Yep.
Wow. So we're not seeing that here. We're seeing probably some are still going well. Most are selling at the bottom end of the range as far as properties go, selling-wise, and even some under the range now. But rentals are certainly still geared up to because a lot of people are selling them.
Right. The turnaround for sales is literally a week at the moment.
Wow. Well, that's where we were a little while ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. So you're still on the increase.
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a lot of activity, a lot of people out there looking, multiple offers. There's times where you're getting offers that are quite literally 100,000 more than what you're asking.
What sort of price ranges are you talking about? The millions or the...
Yeah. Early millions.
Yeah. Wow. And what's the main part of your demographic as far as buyers go, then as far as houses or units or apartments?
We're sort of in an area with the houses. It's an area where there's young couples, professional couples, or there's also downsizers coming from surrounding areas which have got bigger priced homes coming into North Perth, wanting that sort of community and village atmosphere, and trading down and preparing for old age, so to speak.
So, and what suburbs do you cover?
Mainly, our main suburb is North Perth.
Yeah.
But we do the surrounding suburbs as well as Mount Lawley. We do Yokine, we do Jundana, we do Kulbinia, Menora, we do Mount Hawthorn, Leederville.
Ah. Sorry,
So
I just wanted to know. I just like hearing the suburbs.
It's not very far out of the city, obviously.
I used to live in Leederville many years ago.
Oh, there
I
you
had
go.
friends in Yokine and Mount Lawley. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
So what sort of, just to give us an idea, so let's go with an apartment for a start and then a unit in North Perth. What would you be paying for those now?
Well, you can still buy a sort of 1960s one-bedroom unit in North Perth for, a one-bedder for 300,000.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
And then you've got the newer apartments, the 2x2s by ones. You're talking 600,000 plus.
Mm.
That's still very reasonable. Extremely reasonable. Wow.
And it's traditionally an older character suburb, so there's a lot of, 19, 10, 20, 30 homes.
Yeah. And now, so that's the properties. What about for rent? What's your average rental for? Let's say we went and bought one of those each. Amy and I popped over and we got one apartment with one bedroom and a two-bedroom unit. What would they rent for? Yeah,
the one-bedder would be probably, that 60s one-bedder would probably be around the 400 mark.
Well, yeah.
And then, the 2x2 with a car bay, you're probably looking at 650.
Wow, okay.
And in some instances, when people are stuck, they'll pay more. It's as I say, it's a market we've both been in a long time, and we haven't seen one like this for 20 odd years.
Yeah, it's not cheap like it used to be.
No. Now, Central Paragon Property. Was that just the name you thought of, or was that part of a development?
No, we were part of a franchise group for a long time.
Right.
And as time went on, we sort of thought about it and decided to sort of step out on our own. We had a marketing company involved at the time, which came along and gave us a few options with names. And interestingly enough, once we saw the word Paragon, which means a sign of excellence, we both sort of looked at each other and sort of went, yep, that's the one. It was kind of an immediate reaction. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just assumed that it was part of some sort of a development that you had.
Yeah, it sounds big, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, very good.
Got that impressive quality to it.
Absolutely. What advice? So we try and get a little bit of advice for our listeners who are looking to rent, because there are. Actually, we had a call earlier today about what advice can you give me to find something to rent, because I'm getting knocked back everywhere I go and I've never rented before. What advice have you got for our listeners that are looking to rent something and it is really hard at the moment? To the competition's massive.
I think probably present in your best possible manner.
Have all your paperwork in order, your references, and speak to the people that you are putting down as references, because they do get checked. Obviously, your history is really important, so don't think that I got away with this one, but I'm not going to do the right thing in that one. Everybody does check your history, and it's really, really important. But more importantly, as I said before, just have all your paperwork ready, know and actually provide exactly what's been asked of you. The competition is really, really tough out there with rentals, and landlords look at basically everything and to sort of try and get the best tenant they can, which is naturally what you'd expect.
And so for people who have not rented before, these are the ones that are really struggling to get in front because they haven't got a track record. Is there any advice you can give to them?
Yeah, look, that's a real tough one, because obviously people like to see references. In saying that, we don't sort of, I guess, differentiate too much in respect to that. It really comes down to the landlord's decision. But again, you've just got to present in your absolute best way and
put your best case forward.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got the track record or the references, speak to the agent and tell them your situation.
Yeah.
Be open.
Exactly. Try and make a friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have a conversation.
Be open about it and let them know your situation, and don't sort of hold back and be too shy about letting them know that. We've all got to start somewhere.
Exactly, and too much. Well, certainly COVID made it impossible for people to meet face to face, and a lot of people have kept sort of that sort of emails and DocuSign going. Face to face is the best thing you can do. Yeah. Fantastic. Now, we're still chatting with Nik and Theo from Central Paragon Property over in North Perth. Thank you to Homely. So if someone wanted to come and buy it, so is your company auction or private sale or both?
We do both.
Yeah. Okay.
We do both. So, obviously, we've got contract auctioneers, but we've basically I would say 99% of our business would be private treaty.
Right, okay. So I've got someone that's text through just some quick advice on they're buying an auction or trying to buy at an auction this weekend. What advice would you give them to, not in Perth, obviously, but...
in general.
Yeah, in general. What advice would you give them?
Oh, look, it's just, do your homework, make sure you've got your finance in place, obviously, and know your limits. A lot of people can get carried away at auction and go too far and pay too much.
Yes, that's what good auctioneers do.
That's what the vendor wants to hear.
Yes.
That's what the vendor wants,
Totally, it's amazing how many people that you can walk up to after an auction and they go, how much did I pay?
Too much.
Sorry.
Then you got the other side of the coin where the amount of people that sit back and go, damn, I should have done that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just a little bit more and I would have had it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to, as Nik said, you got to know your limits and know exactly where you're at with it, and be confident.
Well, we call it the walk away price. get to it and walk away if you're still bidding. So, good on you guys. Thank you so much. Best of luck with the company.
Pleasure.
With an awesome name, and thank you for getting up so early. You don't sound like it's that early there, but it is. You probably got to see some of the Olympics, which is no.
We did actually.
We did,
yeah.
Even better.
A couple of Aussie gold medals.
Makes it worthwhile.
Yeah. Good on you guys. Thank you so much to Homely for bringing you on board, and have a great weekend.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Well done. What do you got, Stevie?
We've got a bit of America.
Oh, bring it on.
Finally.
Horse of no name.